Hello there everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play the Dark mod. In the last episode, we continued playing the Chronicles of Skullduggery 3, Sacricide, having made our way into the mansion that the bishop is in that we need to assassinate. We've done a little bit of exploring, haven't found him yet. We did find some information from one of the priests who believes that the bishop is corrupt as well as, I suppose, evil, and wants to try to help the town. He believes that if he has access or had acquired some relic which is within the cathedral or temple, or maybe even the palace that we're in, there's some catacombs below them. We need to light 2 torches to access that area, and it will supposedly move this gold statue out of the way, revealing another entrance. However, what's down there are undead and traps. So if we want to help out that priest, it's going to be a bit tricky to do so. In any case, let's pick up where we left off, shall we? Oh, right. We had been exploring the market here. We actually just got a key. No, we got the money pouch from this guard. Okay, we'll need to wait for him. Oh, right, we have that other building I would like to go in as well, which we have not checked. We'll need to wait until this guy begins walking down that passage to make sure he doesn't accidentally see us. Oh, okay. We need a key for that. I haven't checked the guy's belt. I do not know if there's any on him. Maybe we can get in via the rooftop, though, or the second floor. So let's wait until this guard begins walking down that passage, and then we'll attempt to see if we can indeed find another point of entry. We have 5 broadheads, 3 water arrows, 1 moss arrow, and we still have our noisemaker as well. Since I'm absolutely awful at the melee combat, we're going to be needing our arrows to help us kill the bishop. Can hear a guard walking around opening doors in this area. I don't know if he patrols up here though. I was about to say I should probably listen at the door before I just open it. Oh, if he comes to the window, this is going to be really bad for us. Okay. He has a key on his belt. I think that's the same guard, so he's likely to come up here next. I don't think I can stay here. I think he'll bump into us when he leaves this room. Counselor Garzani, I write to you with the intent of filing a complaint against a public order of our fine city. I live on Via Belladonna, right up against the old fortifications. Just on the outside of the fortifications, as you well know, is an area of poverty and strife. Thankfully, my family and I are safe from the ruffians who roam that side of the wall. What we are not safe from, however, are the sounds of their activities late into the night. Drunken singing, back alley brawls, and the wailing of the undernourished. Infants does not take a heavy toll on our night's rest. It does take a heavy toll. I hereby petition the esteemed office of Mayor Feronsky to take action against those who would disturb the peace in our night, in particular the pub, known as the Plastered Pasino, which seems to be a hub for this rabble. Yours truly, Mr. Salvani Pablo Esquire. Want to do that. I know that other guard will walk to that desk. I don't know where he's located right now. Let's see.
Silly goose, your nerves are getting the best of you.
I think the teapot is takeable. That vase might be. The windows, I think, can be opened as well. Acquired tax collection key. Hello. That's a crown. You can't simply take it, though. 20 October. Today we finished the restructuring of the urban planning strategy for next year. It was a resounding success in my ears. We were able to get the local representatives of every district to sign it, despite putting many provisions in there that will obviously line our pockets at the council. That's what it says. 3 blocks of affordable housing, or buildings of unsatisfactory stability, as we called them, are to be raised, and in their place there will be a glorious housing for the well-off. Of course, the great builders at the Dandolo Two Sons paid me handsomely for the contract to build it. The area should have fewer poor people loitering in the streets, which should raise the value of a few properties that I have in the area as well. I can't wait. And if that wasn't enough, this new development should be enough to dilute the guild workers and other poor people, so in future that side of the town should be even more amendable to our cause. I just need to make sure that the bishop doesn't get wind of this, or if he does, hope that the bribe won't be too steep. I can feel his judgmental stares at me across the piazza sometimes, as our windows are directly across from one another. Speaking of the devil, I think it's time the city council takes step in forming a more intimate relationship with the Builders' Church. We have much to gain, and little to lose from such an arrangement. The bank has been a powerful ally, but the way we have been able to rig the politics of Santa Letta, I feel like their services are less and less useful. Gaining legitimacy and repute as the pious Mayor Forascari sounds like music to my ears and should mean even more smooth sailing among the well-to-do of the town. Maybe I can display a golden hammer symbol dedicated to me next to the trophy I received from the bank for outstanding services rendered. It's funny how society rewards loose morals with gold. That reminds me, the trophy did look a bit dusty last time. I went to admire it. I should probably tell Simonia to tidy up. She already has the key. I don't see a way, or even a... Oh, we can just reach in and steal it. Just reach in to steal it? Alright, well, we'll take the crown. I'm a little nervous that that guard will walk in here. Hello. Acquired deposit box 2 key. 35 gold as well. And a fake book. Nothing else up there. Okay, now we have to get out of here. It's too risky. Too light, too bright.
Didn't the lady look fine this evening? Don't forget to point that out to her.
Getting out of here is also going to be a pain. I don't know where the guard is located. That's going to make this difficult. Oh, here we go. Kitchen menu. Exotic fruits, 10 gold per piece. Bread, 1 gold per slice, 15 for loaf. Wine, 2 gold per glass, 20 for bottle. Carrots, turnips, 2 gold per piece. Apples, pears, 2 gold per piece. I don't really want to take the funds they have for the whatchamacallit. Oh, this is bad.
Good. Important realigning keeps on going out.
Couldn't move to get the key from his belt, unfortunately. I do hear another guard. Sounds like on the other side of that door. Or maybe the mayor himself. The keys we have aren't for any of these boxes. To whom it may concern, consider this a formal complaint against the city of Santa Letta. How can Moors be allowed to freely roam the streets of our esteemed city, and inside the fortifications no less? Does Mayor Forascari, in his old age, no longer remember the invasion of Hasdrubal? They are the enemy, plain and simple. Now we allow them to prowl our streets like homeless cats begging for food and alcohol. What a sad state the city is in. Why, this very morning a young Moor girl knocked on our gates attempting to sell confectionaries. The outrage! I called on the mercenary guard, but not one came to mine aid. Instead, the common rabble started calling me names as if I was the insensitive one. Lady Isabella de Acora. Not much money in these.
That's why I never get any.
So it wouldn't make sense for him to walk into this room. I think that's the guy who walks outside. That must actually lead outside. can't lean while crouched.
Damn this tooth.
I think we'll wait here for that guy to come back and make his way to that door so we can nab the key from his belt. And with this guard, we'll wait for him to go back out that door up the stairs. So I'll be right back, everyone. I'm going to cut the recording here briefly.
Might not be much, but it's still better than clean.
All right, piece of cake so far. I think that guard who just walked outside will come into this room. Proceedings of the Councilors' meeting, week of October 20. Councilor Garzani starts by bringing up the complaints about the state of the walkway down the Villa Belladonna. Many residents have complained of trash piling up, stones being ripped up from the street, and the homeless sleeping in the small alleys leading off it. Suggest bringing a squad of mercenaries in on a later specified night to scare the fear of the builder into them. Unanimously agreed by the council. Commander Calivicanti sends word that he is in need of a new weapons shipment from the capital and suggests the council pay for it through the levied tax. Mayor Franzi says we'll have to come back later, I think.
Yeah.
Attention. Your mother does not work here. Clean up your own damn mess. I don't want to have to see in great detail the rotting remains of your lunch in the sink. Flush the sink and empty the bucket in the gutter when you bring your stinky Florentine tripe to work. I'm looking at you, Corso. That goes for everyone. I'm sick and tired of finding maggot-infested Taligio on the counter. Oh, hello. Oh, but we have the key for that, so that doesn't matter in the end. Oh, we don't have the key for this. Interesting. We need a combo for that lock, and I have not seen anything that even hints as to what it could be. Froscani suggests the burden should fall upon the districts where the weapons are used, primarily east of the fortifications. Councilor Fellow is tasked with drawing up a tax plan for the district. Finally, a point from housekeeping. They wish to remind us that the communal kitchen next to the foyer is not a dumping ground for spoiled food. We've all smelled it. If we can't keep track of what we bring, we may need to make separate bins for each counselor, which may be forcibly emptied each Friday afternoon. Okay, I don't want to be in this room for too long. So we need a combo for that lock. This could end up getting us caught right here. Because both guards are very close by. He'll go into here. We'll go up the stairs. Could not get the key. Councilor Filio, I write to you in the hope that you will bring my concerns before the council and Mayor Froscani. It is true that the increase in population of Centinela in recent years means that the city's space is at a premium. However, I would like to urge the council to reconsider the zoning of every available plot for multi-story housing. It's well known since our ancestors' time that we as humans require some green spaces in order to thrive and keep our minds sharp. The trees, the birds, and insects confer us a sense of inner peace. Furthermore, I'd like to highlight the value that comes from physical exercise and sports, which is my field of interest. You might say that these things are less valuable than rent and tax that can be collected from a densely populated neighborhood, but I would like to propose that the increased health of the populace will lead to large improvements in the productivity and competition. We cannot stay here. What haven't I searched? Like, I don't think that's the trophy room, is it? No, if I want those, I'm going to have to pick the lock, which I don't want to do until after the guard has left that room, gone back to his other patrol in other rooms in the house, and gone back downstairs. That give me the most time. So why don't I cut the recording again, everyone? And I'll be back when this guard is on his way out of this area. Okay, everyone. It's actually been a few hours since I last recorded. I'm not sure what I still need to search for here. I think there was just basically the tax key, and I've dropped that someplace else, and I don't think we need the city council key anymore either. So let's leave this here. And go back to our original objective now. Unless... I don't think we can get in that window. Oh, we can climb directly on the spikes. Okay, that's good. His window and the bishop's window look directly across from each other. I wonder if we can actually open a stained glass window. You can do it in actual churches, but not to the extent, literally, that you would like. There's usually a small section of depending on how the window was made, a window that could pull outward or inward to let air in, but you wouldn't be able to open it fully. It looks like these cannot be opened. That's the kitchen over there. Getting into that kitchen is going to be a real pain in the butt, I think, Tim. I don't think you need to go into it, actually. I do have one moss arrow left I could use to help me get there. The more I think about it, the more I think that would be a mistake. Yeah, we'll wait for the other Hammerite guard to re-enter this place. Yeah, we'd have to knock out the cook. He doesn't have anything on his belt either. No, he can stay awake and functioning. That's my way of saying, I suppose, we're not going to knock him out.
Bloody keg leaking all over the place again. It's a waste of good ale.
Okay, so we still haven't found the catacombs. I'm not sure where they would be located. There, maybe? No, that goes back upstairs. I didn't see an entrance in the graveyard. I'm not actually sure where the catacombs are. I guess we'll make our way back. Back to the graveyard. That requires me going out that way. I want to wait until, yep, this Hammerite goes back to his normal stance over by the other pews, which he should do now.
With hand, heart, and hammer, I do serve the...
I have no clue how you saw me. Let's just reload.
Mine eyes!
He walks over, looks at his sleeping brother, and then screams he can't see. If you don't like what you're looking at, don't look at it, sir. This Tim leads back outside, doesn't it? Oh, hello. Bishop's quarters. Just occurs to me, I've put moss on the ground here. I'm not going to be able to hear that other Hammerite very well when he does his patrol. Bishop's notes. I hath become fascinated by the story of Our Lady Santalletta. Reading the old chronicles of Friar Faustanius, I am curious to discover if the remains of Santalletta are indeed magical in nature. They may be of great use to mine endeavors if so. 'Tis not to even mention the worth of her treasure trove. The raven hath refused to enter the place, for his accursed pagan religion causeth him to fear the dead, and mine mortal frame is far too fragile for such gallivanting. Mayhaps I couldst hire an adventurous soul to toil in the Lord's name, and conveniently arrangeth his arrest, whence hopefully he doth emerge from the catacombs. Musty old tome. Buried by time and dust, they eternal lie. All who have fallen or passed on in service of our Lord Builder and his servant Santalletta. The catacombs below the graveyard here in Santalletta are ancient, predating the saint herself. What we know with certainty is that her remains were interred in a special chamber in the catacombs, along with the treasures that were buried with her in her honor. Her remains were placed in a reliquary and protected out of sight from any potential future grave robbers. The chamber was installed with some rudimentary protections, and nobody to my knowledge has visited her chambers since. There are two separate portculli that block entrances to the burial chamber, controlled by some kind of levers in the hallways. The historical record from the construction of the chamber is spotty at best. A fake sculpture was built above the entrance of the catacombs, which is opened by twisting a torch in the mausoleum. Further than this, I have not dared explore it on my own. I hope to be allowed in the next time a bishop or other dignitary is buried in the catacombs to study these things further. The bishops that have served this city since the passing of Santalletta over the ages are buried in the hallways preceding the chamber, forever to stand watch over her remains. The lower church servants and local populace have found their place in the ossuary structure that forms the walls of the catacombs, countless gaping eye holes watching the potential intruder with extreme prejudice. The bone structure is of unknown age, but was certainly built before any of the buildings around it. It is said in very old manuscripts I found that should the burial site of Santalletta be disturbed, the inhabitants of the catacombs will rise again against the one who would desecrate the final resting place of a saint. I must therefore strongly advise against opening the reliquary of Santalletta. Does not look like the bishop's at home at the moment. He might be in that secret area in the library. Bishop Fonte's journal. 21 May. I did talk shortly with Father Benedinti this eve about the situation of charitable donations made to the church. In my mind, these coins and trinkets should be under mine own purview. The father seems to think that they should go to the business of the church. I cannot simply remove him, since he is quite popular among the peasantry. I will, however, try to divert the donations at the source by putting a note on the door of the church, redirecting the fools to the palace coincerage. I doth require the extra funds to outfit my secluded office in the library. 22 May. 'Tis a hard thing ruling the diocese of Santalletta. So many conflicting opinions, so many squeaky wheels to grease, be it by gold or by granting influence. Take for instance this Commander Cavalcanti. Ever doth he advocate for war. I be no stranger to such matters, of course, but his dogged insistence doth test mine reserve. 'Twould be a good much better use of our resources to first assert our dominance in our own city. What good do a war in faraway land, when the populace at home doth take up arms against thee, as thy soldiers are no longer present to protect thee? Nay, I say we must secure our own position in town through cunning and the might of our iron hammer. Only then art we able to expand our horizons. It doth strike me as a wise decision to divert my favor and attention toward the city council, who doth have the mandate to directly affect the people through the rule of law. Together, the law of man and the law of the builder will be unstoppable in securing our seats of power. However, there are forces within these city walls that would see me torn from my seat of power outside of the yoke of law. It's a good thing that I have my secret office in the library, where thus I may retreat in a situation of danger, and to conduct my more sensitive dealings. The Calchano brothers veritably did a good job hiding the entrance mechanism in the bathroom. True craftsmen they are. That would explain why we did not find it earlier, because I did not know where to look. It also sounds like he's probably in there now, so we can help ourselves with the rest of the things in his chambers. Oh, this must be the bathroom that has the secret passage. A nice steamed bath with a drink at the hand as well, it seems. If I was a secret lever, where would I be? Assuming it's even in this bathroom. I wouldn't think it would be up here. This doesn't strike me as... I don't know how agile not the bishop is. I'm imagining he's not a spry young lad. That just pours water. Wouldn't strike me as being the play. Oh, hello. There's something in here, though. Even if I'm not interested in taking a bath. He's got a ring. Guess we'll take it. That's not a secret. We still only found one of the secrets for this map so far. Well, it's not immediately obvious, where it is, but yet, unless that's the flushing mechanism, that's probably it. If I was the bishop, I would be suspicious about who threw that lever and come in here to investigate. Maybe our bishop, like the guards, does not care so much. I'm so sorry. Please die quickly. And it's just as well you had a secret compartment. No one will probably find it until some time has passed. On the origins of the Brotherhood of the Raven. 'Twas a time before I became Bishop of Sant'Aleta, when I did serve in the military force of the capital. Sent away, mere we, to the wretched northern snowlands to combat the hordes of barbarians threatening the very walls of Braden. 'Twas imperative the city stand firm against them, as the legendary Father Grimoire held there a bastion of the Builder's Light as the northernmost outpost of civility. We did eventually fail to defend it against barbarianism, but 'twas not all for naught. In a skirmish against the Hollow Claw clan, didst we come upon their settlement where they has left their womenfolk and young as their warriors were searching for us. My commanding officer, Captain Rosini, giveth the order to slaughter every person in the village. I, in my young mind, took grave offense at this order, and proclaimed that the builder would not approve of his servants acting in the same way towards their enemies would, that we should be the guiding light and example for others to aspire to. So infuriated by my insubordination was he, that he did attempt to strike me down with his hammer. However, mine dagger was the swifter of the two, and find the captain's heart it did, through the joint of his armor under the arm. Rosini's limp body didst hit the ground with a thud, his lifeblood staining the pagan ground at our feet. This has suddenly made me the commanding officer of the company. Able to halt the slaughter was I then, and write the report of the incident, blaming pagan assassins for the captain's death. The men did spread the talk around Braden, however, and on one eve I woke in my quarters at the sight of a pagan dressed in raven's feathers and a bird-like mask. I was sure my time to return to the builder had come, but to my surprise he bent the knee, and swore an oath in broken language to serve me until death laid claim to one of us. He had heard I was the one who stopped the slaughter of his family and kin. I was mightily impressed that this man had made his way through all our fortifications and well-guarded quarters with not a soul noticing. Many ideas of his uses came flooding into my mind, and thus was the Brotherhood of the Raven born. The Raven doth never miss his mark, and I never miss opportunity to provide him a new mark to pursue. I wonder what changed the bishop's attitude so that now he's willing to blackmail and use extortion to get what he wants, and why he became so greedy. A letter to Constable Manfield. It hath come to mine attention that an item of great value hath found its way into Woodpine Cross. As a representative of the match? What? Must be match. As a representative of the match, I would urge you to make utmost effort to retrieve it. Mine sources tell me that the item in question is the Amulet of Dreams. It was sold to one Richard Grove, a wealthy collector. Wouldst thou speak to him and demand he turn over the amulet as stolen property, lest he face charges of fencing? Though I could do so may put thine position at risk. Surely thou need not be reminded of a young woman by the name of Maria Audley. Thank you for your cooperation. Lotaeri Fonte, Bishop of Sant'Aleta. A letter to Duke Malipiero. 'Twas disheartening to hear of thy mistrust in mine endeavor to shore up the faith of the builder in the populace of Pontedanzi. I hath been told that nothing doth happen in the city without thy approval. However, let mine words be clear. Sant'Aleta is not Pontedanzi, and if thou thinkest thyself greater, then thou hast made a grave error indeed. One doth not simply refuse a request of Bishop Lotaeri Fonte. In mine employs a man of skills of particular set, of which thou makest him veritably a nightmare for a man such as thou. I doth pray thou reconsider mine offer. 'Twould be in thine best interest. Yours, Lotaeri Fonte, Bishop of Sant'Aleta. Yeah, he's just blackmailing all sorts of people. A ledger of expenses. 300 gold to Joaquimo Pazance for services rendered. Make sure to send him something special as thanks. 450 gold to Vittorio Magdazzo. Attempted bribe. Failed. Make him an offer he can't refuse. 600 gold. One-time payment. Sealing Chira's lips. I haven't gotten any demands from JB lately. Could it be that GE is dead? If so, good riddance would be a burden lifted off my shoulders. Alright, everyone. Seems like a good time to stop. When we come back, I'll have waited for this guard to have walked into out the balcony. Oh, no, right? I want to go out there. Assuming that the other guard is not actually out there at the moment. Okay, so we'll stop here, everyone. Thank you guys for watching. When we come back, I'll try to figure out where the catacombs entrance is. Maybe it is right in here. Is there like a torch? So then when we come back, we'll go ahead and say hello to the undead together. I'll see you guys then. Take care, everyone, and thanks for watching.